Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to another edition of X Television. This is going to be another gameplay analysis video, this time with the Demoman using the Scottish Resistance. Now, I'm not a very good Demoman generally speaking, and the Scottish Resistance is kind of a terrible weapon, but I wish it would work. And as you can see, we're just 10 seconds into this game on CP Will, and I've already screwed up a sticky jump. Really, the biggest downside of the Scottish Resistance is the inconsistency with sticky jumps. Now, Valve strengthened the weapon recently by adding the ability to show outlines of your bombs through walls, but for some reason those are not showing up in this demo, which is a little disappointing. So I have stickies on the other side of that railing, and I'm going to pop them in case the other team comes through. I did blow some of them, and now we're going to move in on mid. I'm going to try and do standard Demoman stuff and get my stickies up on the point, but I take a couple shots, fall back, and then end up getting killed by the other Demoman stickies. So Scottish Resistance is all about area control. I mean, that is what the Demoman is all about anyways, generally speaking. The Scottish Resistance is more defensively minded, although it does have some benefits when you're pushing forward. Because you don't destroy all of your stickies at once, you can throw a couple up in some spots, blow those up, and still have some others up for defense. Since we got rolled pretty good on the first point, I'm already figuring that we're going to lose the second point, and I'm starting to get some stickies up. So you can't see the outlines of the ones that I have, but they will glow blue when I'm about to detonate them. So this ring up top here is a great spot. I've already established my stickies on the right, so now I'm trying to get some stickies on the left, and just watching both sides. Now the Scottish Resistance has the advantage of being able to lay 14 stickies instead of the regular 8, which is pretty sweet. So that's definitely one strength of the weapon. But you know, it has the longer priming time, and that is definitely a disadvantage, especially when you're playing self-defense against scouts. And I'm still, my teammate thankfully helped me out and killed that other scout. I was a little late on seeing him. Definitely, since you have to be looking at your sticky bombs that you destroy, you have to have a really good awareness, and you know, you can't be looking in the other direction like a regular Demoman and blow your stickies up. So there's certainly more of a delay to your stickies, and I think you have to, you know, utilize your pipes a little bit more. And I hope this this tutorial, this gameplay analysis, maybe inspires some other people to try out the Scottish Resistance a bit more, but also, you know, hopefully inspires Valve to give it some tweaks, because really, you know, I've talked to some other Demoman, and it's the issue with the jumping that's really a significant problem. So here I do get the medic with my first sticky. I didn't have enough stickies on the point though. I mean, I think in that situation, you know, regular Demoman would have been a very tough spot. Although, you know, I was a little late on finding the other stickies. See how that was actually a decent sticky jump. You know, you don't have to turn around and look at them. You can just blind dead them, but a lot of times when I blind dead them, it doesn't quite work out. So yeah, Valve made it so that you can, like, sticky jump, like if you right click, it'll blow up mines that are close to you. But the ones that are behind you, sometimes it doesn't always get them. So I always look at them. And it would actually be, you know, more nice if you just always had to look at them, because I think that's part of the problem with the inconsistencies of the sticky jumps here. So now I'm trying to cordon off the right entrance to make sure nobody sneaks up on me. Maybe should have got some more stickies across the way right away. Take a bit of damage, get good combo juggle on that scout, and that's again kind of one of the nice things about these stickies, and even the longer priming time. If you detonate your first sticky, your second one will be detonating really shortly afterwards. Land a good pipe there, although I missed quite a bit of pipes later in this video. It's a bit of a balance. Demoman and landing your pipes is definitely takes a little bit of practice, but the rollers always help out too. So actually secure the point. Now I'm getting out there, and that's what I love this Scottish Resistance for. Since you know, you don't blow all your stickies at once, you can have these stickies scattered all over the place and pick up some extra kills when people think that you're defenseless. It's definitely a switch up from the regular gun. You have to be very careful though when you set up your traps with the Scottish resistance that you're not standing too close to an older trap, because those traps will detonate automatically if you're in the proximity of them. You know, setting traps with the Scottish resistance, one thing that's definitely important to pay attention to is, you know, setting your traps far enough apart so that you can select them individually and you don't end up just blowing all of your traps at once, instead of, you know, trying to get the particular traps you want. Now I'm checking the status to see which traps of mine are still up, so I still have the left and the right side, and I have some on the point right behind me. So those ones I'm definitely going to have to be very careful that I do not detonate while I'm standing on them, and apparently that's what I just did. So I wasn't being careful enough. The Scottish resistance is also very helpful since you can choose exactly which stickies you want to destroy. You can kind of thin your own sticky traps by yourself. Now, CP Well is a map that's kind of gone up and down in popularity. It definitely came out, you know, right with the launch of the game. It was pretty popular. Some players don't really like it. I think it's, you know, but a lot of high players do like it, and I think it's just a little bit different from some of the other maps, and that's why players sometimes have a hard problem with it. I almost die here, and then there's this resupply on the right side of the second point, so I just barely sneak my way back in here. And for defending here, you know, this right side is the closest to my resupply cabinet. I really want to make sure that we keep control of that resupply cabinet. That's where all my stickies are right now. This Demoman's coming in at me. He's getting pretty aggressive. And I end up killing us both with our pipes. With nobody coming in to really back us up. But the attacking teams here will usually come in from the other side. From my defending perspective, it would be the left side. Since that's the opposite of the resupply cabinet, it's going to be easier for them to work their way in from that side. So since, again, I'm a little doubtful of our capabilities to hold the second point, so I'm just getting ready to stick up again. My medic is running out there, and I'm like, no bro, come back here. And thankfully he does. So this was just from a TF2 lobby game. Again, that's a really great place to start playing competitive games. Sometimes the quality of games isn't that great. Sometimes you have inexperienced medics. Sometimes you have good medics, but other players just don't know how to play with them. And you know, it's a mix and match, but it's really easy to find games and to get games started. If you're a new player, I'd suggest starting on Scout, even though it's a tough class to play competitively. It's simple and people don't expect a whole lot of you. You just got to stay alive. Demoman in the competitive format is really challenging because people are really relying on you to get to the middle point first, and that's a big part of the Demoman's role, and also part of the reason why the Scottish resistance is not very good. Because if in maps like Badlands, you can't perform the jumps in the same way. So again, I've been using the Scottish resistance, you know, chipping away at these scouts that are coming in. I hit that guy upstairs a while ago, hit the guy down low. One thing I like about the Scottish resistance stickies is that people almost are more willing to mess with them, more willing to come in with them because they think you're not paying attention. So here I'm still using pipes. I'm trying to pop them up in the air. Now I'm and I scored at 40 damage with the roller. Got that sticky back there. I don't really get anybody with it. And just trying to keep my sticky bombs up while that medic's going out. And we're pushing out a little bit since the other team Ubered and failed, but I'm the Demoman, so I'm trying to just keep an eye on our bat cap, make sure nobody sneaks past us, and now we're trying to get out here. And I just missed 2 pipes in a row off that wall. You got to remember that the pipes and everything are coming from the right side. I get some good stickies there and a lot of juggling and pretty good damage. I'm totally out of ammo, and this resupply cabinet is very, very helpful. But one of their scouts has been tearing us up, although I think he died in the process or something. So I'm getting my stickies up, one on the left room and a couple above the door. So I actually, you know, can hold a couple different areas. Try to get over here to set up on the left side. They're moving in though. But then I deal 84 damage with those stickies right by the well, and they end up having a pop. But our team's not formed up very well, so we're definitely not going to be holding this point, and our medic is getting teamed up pretty well. Just barely surviving with 35 health since itty bitty kitty is coming in, protecting him. Now, as soon as I spawn here, I'm going to be calling the medic. I'm trying to get him to come back here to get some health, especially since now he's at 25. This is what I'm trying to indicate to him. I'm like, come back, get your health, go to the resupply cabinet. Because, you know, the medic's just got to survive. That's the most important thing. And those regens kicked him back up to 60 health at this point. So he's doing okay. He decides to stay out with us. And once again, I'm just trying to get my stickies up. One feature that I was going to try, that I had posted about, and I kind of wanted Valve to get out there, was a way to set up your crosshair so that it showed the priming, the exploding area, the selection area for the Scottish Resistance. As you can see, especially in this, where we're just chilling around here, like right now I have those 2 stickies on the right are selected. The bottom 2 stickies are not selected. And, you know, paying attention to that is pretty important. So I didn't have any stickies on the point. That's totally my bad. I did hit those scouts for 70 damage as they came in. But, I guess when I was distributing my stickies, I didn't really cover the point. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a very good Demoman, generally speaking, even with a regular gun, but I like to play with the Scottish Resistance, also just to mess around with it, and, you know, try out some new things. It definitely, you know, has a severe weakness over the regular gun when it comes to people using the sticky launcher for mid-range combat. So I actually score 1 shot with the, I'm actually scoring pretty good damage with my stickies right now. You heard the hit beeps earlier, and I've been dealing a pretty good amount of spam in the beginning here. I don't know really if the stickies do more damage. It seems like the Scottish stickies do more damage, but obviously they have longer priming time. I'm barely surviving here, getting good heals from my medic, but then I back up and this guy's got a good flank on us, and the medic's out there. So I get totally caught up and taken down.